What's up, everyone? I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I know you guys have wanted to see more beta coverages of the Resident Evil series, and I've really wanted to do them for quite some time. The real issue, to make it, quick and simple of an explanation, is that my computer is just in a really bad state. It's old, it gives me a lot of issues, and I run these on the emulator, as most people do when they play these betas, because they're always in like bin or ISO files. So I wanted to kind of go back in chronological order. I know I've actually covered one of these demos years ago, I think in 2013 or 2012. And I wanted to kind of go back to the start, so the original Resident Evil, and kind of go through all the demos and betas as, the games have progressed. So some of the games have a few betas or demos, and some have none at all that are at least publicly released. So this is the first one that's playable for Resident Evil 1, the original PlayStation version. So this is from August 4th of 1995, and I'm really interested to put this up. I will be doing a no commentary version as well. I'm using an Xbox 360 control wired for this on my computer, so it's going to be very weird control-wise, especially considering this build itself is just very weird. It's not the same controls as the finished product or even the betas later on. So you can only play as Chris in this, so I don't even know why they bother showing you both, IDs of Chris, but we're going to pick the first Chris Redfield. And I'll try to do some adjusting with the volume, because the music in this one, I feel, is it's a song that actually makes it into the final build, that it's kind of loud. So I'm just going to point out some differences and talk about things that are different from the final game. This camera angle is in the final game, and I think this camera angle is really good. I'm not sure. So I should explain some things about the controls. So for first things first, in the normal games, in any of the Resident Evil games, it's 10 controls as far as the classic ones. You move up with the D-pad or analog, and you do left and right to go whatever direction you want to go to, and you move forward or back to go in that direction, or to go back, from that direction. So I know that probably sounded confusing, but in this build, you use the D-pad solely. You move around to do this, and then you double tap up to actually run, which is really, really odd. So another weird thing about this specific build, and you can tell that this is a beta, especially not meant to be released for public, is that you press what's the B button for me on the Xbox 360 controller, and it equips your weapons, kind of on the fly, which was, I think, supposed to be a feature in the game originally. And also, here's a beta knife animation, which I actually think looks pretty cool. It's not as good as the finished one, but it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look like beta-ish. It looks pretty cool. The only unfortunate thing is you cannot actually move, aim up or down like you normally can. Like if you wanted to knife a zombie that was on the floor, you can't do that. So see, the only weapons you can use is the handgun, the knife, and the shotgun. And they all have, well, not so much the knife, but the handgun and the shotgun have very beta sound effects, which it's always cool when they have those. And for some reason, Jill is just chilling, completely idle here. She looks like she has no face. I believe the staircase behind her is inaccessible because of her just blocking it. But yeah, you can't go into too many rooms in this build, so this video isn't going to be too long, but I will be making a no commentary version for those who want it as well. So for the most part, I'm going to be using just a handgun. And this main hall part looks exactly the same from the finished product, other than, Jill blocking her way. I don't remember if you can go into this room here. Let's try it. I think it's actually Y for me to go into rooms. Okay, you can. It's been a while since I've played this beta, so I don't really I don't really remember too much, is what I was gonna say. Okay, so this room looks pretty similar. Okay. So in the... Oh, there's two zombies. Forgot about that. And bear with me, I'm gonna try my best to, not mess up. Yeah, sometimes the shooting is really weird. Okay. I don't know where that second dude is. I think there's no animation. Okay, there is. Look at it. It's much slower. I never noticed that. Okay, that's different. It's not that slow in the finished product. That looks pretty cool, though. And also this quality will be much higher. Look at him. He immediately went to like drag his feet to get to me, which they don't do normally. Not all the time, at least. Yeah, I think you can't really interact with any of the environment. Oh, did I just... Do I... Looks like I just did a 180-degree turn. That was weird. Huh. I don't know if you guys saw it. It, like, boosted in speed a little bit. That was really weird. I don't know what that was. But anyway, let's press on. Oh, actually, can I go to the... Yeah, I think this build, you can't actually go into your inventory. I think I can't go into this room. Yeah. I'm also playing at the moment because I kind of am just testing things out. So I don't have my headset in to listen to the game audio. So I can't tell right there if the door was locked. You know, if it made a sound effect. I'm just going off the fact that it didn't let me go in the door. And I know you can't go to many rooms in this build, so... This room looks very beta-ish. Like, these doors look unfinished. And look at this room. It's a beautiful room. It's one of my favorite rooms, actually, in the entire Resident Evil. You see the Mona Lisa picture there on the right side, which is pretty cool. Which does actually exist. It's a different picture, but it does exist in the final product on the second floor in the main hall. But more or less, this room looks the same. Just the camera angles are different. There's 2 pillars here instead of... Actually, I don't think there's any... No, there's never any pillars. It's supposed to be the little thing you push here so you can get into the room, and yeah, things are different. But it actually looks pretty cool. The finished product looks much better. I just like the shade of blue they used. So here's Kenneth. His body is actually over here, and for some reason his body is dancing. That basically has to do with the emulator, like basically the resolution being really bumped up. As you can see, you can actually make out Chris's face, which I believe is a very different look for him than the final product. I don't think his face actually looks like that. Oh, there's a zombie right here. And I got bit. Again, I'm not playing with sound, so there't no auto-aim, as this was the original non-auto-aim version of Resident Evil. Well, they added that in Director's Cut. Okay. You see his hand there in the corner. No ink ribbons. This looks more or less the same. I think Kenneth's body there doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, so I'm glad they moved that. I totally forgot you can go in here. I think in the beta there's spiders in here. Which, if that's the case, let me get the shotgun. Should be spiders in here. Yeah. And pretty much what's like the earliest footage of this, which is very, very interesting if you're really into betas and whatnot. The game was originally going to feature, people say it's co-op. It's not really co-op per se. You were actually only going to be able to play as Chris Redfield, and then Jill was going to accompany you throughout the whole game. Kind of, you know, things similar to Resident Evil 0. That's where they got the idea, and they took it out because I think the PlayStation wasn't able to handle it, like on a technical level. Which I respect them for keeping the idea and putting it into Resident Evil 0, considering it's like the thing that you think about with Resident Evil 0 besides the item management that makes 0 stand out. Obviously, its story and characters are different, but I think that the zapping, you know, being able to switch characters on the fly and whatnot is pretty cool. Normally, when you come out the room, you're more towards the middle here. But you're actually here, which is weird. Interesting. I think there's a hunter in this room. The hallway that I'm in right now. I hope not. But we're gonna go in here. I do remember where the beta ends, so I won't go there. This looks exactly the same. Yep. Only one toilet in the whole mansion. Can't see your reflection, though. You can in the final product. Not too much, but you can see your reflection. Which is something I've always appreciated in games, when you can see your character's reflection. Okay, no enemies here. Okay. You might hear planes too. I've explained this a million times, but I live fairly close to an airport, so you might hear some planes. Might pick up on my microphone. Okay. Yes. But I can't actually use it. I guess it's, I mean, even though it kind of look different, I guess it's not the same. I wonder if you can get crushed in the beta. Let's see. Yeah, I'm sure you can. Okay. That was weird. It's been a while. I'm pretty sure I've done this, but it's been so long. So I guess they kind of fused what's supposed to happen for Jill with Chris. And you kind of have to manually force yourself out of the room. I'm pretty sure I could have gotten crushed there. For a second, I thought that I was going to get crushed. And Barry's completely, like, blocking that part there, but whatever. Let's go ahead and explore some more. Okay, this guy thinks he's funny like we don't know he's dead. Okay, that's actually going to be the end of the demo in that area there, so we're not going to go there just yet. I think there's zombies in this one? Oh, no, okay. No painting here. At least not yet, but you kind of can see the indentation of it. Yeah, you see, like, I press, like, a certain button, and it seems like he does a 180-degree turn. It's very, very odd. But, oh well. Nothing really to do in here. It's more or less the same as a finished product. Yeah, and I think that one of the things that happens in these betas is they tend to not really save the progress, so that's why that zombie's already here. Okay. We've got one more area left to explore, and then we'll wrap this up. Like I said before, it's not a long beta at all. There's only, you could really say, like 2 rooms that I haven't explored. And we're going to go ahead and explore them now. The spider should be here, so we're just going to run past them. There's no point to deal with them. Or just the one. Keep thinking there's 2. I think there's supposed to be 2. I'm very curious to see. I don't think that they've made a debug menu for this beta. If you're able to, like, go upstairs and explore the other rooms. I know that someone has done something like that. I'm not sure for which build. There are numerous builds of Resident Evil 1 before, you know, the finished. And I love this so much. The angle here, in my opinion, is so much creepier. And this looks so much cooler. Like this, which is a beta image only, a beta, you know, fixed camera angle only. It's not in the final product. I love it. I think it's really cool. This too. This is another one. This is in place. Well, actually, no. This is just here. The clock is, you can tell, it's supposed to be here. Look at the little hole there. But I love it. I think these beta camera angles look really creepy. Very, very cool. On a, you know, like, graphical, technical level, I guess you could say, I can see the final product looking better, but I think from a creepy factor, this one looks much better. And I think there's a hunter in here. Yeah, see, it just happened again. Yeah, see, I look at their skin color. Very odd. You're still alive, man. Okay, cool. I'm actually nervous he's gonna kill me. So no body here, obviously. I love this camera angle. I think it's great. But you can't go into any of these rooms. You might be able to go into the piano room. Okay, yeah. And this is interesting. If it's in this build too, there's actually a zombie in here, which does not exist. Okay, so I think it was already taken out of this build. Yeah, there was originally going to be a zombie in this room, which I thought was an interesting choice. But this room was slightly different. A lot brighter, actually. Don't know which one I prefer. We're gonna quickly run that door there. You're not gonna be able to go through. I do not want to deal with the hunter again. But yeah, that's more or less the full beta. We're just gonna go ahead and close this out now because unfortunately there's no more rooms to explore. And it's really interesting to note that you can pop the zombies' heads by just aiming it like at their chest, as opposed to having to aim it at their head. Which I thought is weird. I don't mind it though. Makes it a lot easier to get headshots. But yeah, overall you can actually go to a decent amount of rooms. I think there's access to 2 more beta builds after this. And unfortunately there were some more, but there aren't available. And again, I always want to thank the people who, you know, are able to get their hands and put up the ROMs up online for other people to enjoy. I love betas, like in general, of other, you know, of different games and whatnot. I always think it's just very fascinating. So obviously for my favorite series, Resident Evil, it's, you know, pretty important to me. So let's go ahead and close this out. Believe we have to encounter one more hunter. Not even gonna bother with this dude. And again, like I said, I already repeated this. I will be putting up a no commentary version as well. So if you wanna, you know, see it like that. I believe there's a hunter here. Yeah. Still. Oh no, he's dead. All right. No crests here. Completely removed. And this right here, this little mini cutscene, if you will, is going to close out the beta. Look at that beta yawn. It's pretty cool. There was going to be a lot of like kind of melee weapons and just different utensils or utensils, I don't think that's the right word, just like different like items that you were going to be able to use, like key items, you know, think like Silent Hill, how they have like the pink ball and all the weird stuff. Resident Evil was actually going to have a lot of really interesting weird things too, and they obviously decided to take it out. But I think for what it's worth, what we got is a masterpiece. It, you know, defined a genre, and I don't think I would have had it any other way. Either way, guys, wow, not even this is jumping. Let me go ahead and get into the game, and then I'll close it out, because that menu looked weird. Either way, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will be covering more beta builds. Definitely let me know if you guys enjoy this. And again, I want to repeat it one more time. I will have a no commentary version as well, if you would rather have a no commentary version. Either way, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.